Now, before I go ahead and jump into this review, I'm just going to go ahead and get a few things out of the way. I've been asked a couple of questions very frequently over the last week, and I figured, fuck it, let me just go ahead and get the answers out there right now. What happened to your episode 27 and 28 review? The same thing that happens every time one of my videos is deleted without any kind of announcement, and that is Toei got them. It's the same thing that happened to the last super review that went down, episode 22, and that's what happened here. I'm currently fighting it. It'll be back soon, because Toei isn't going to fight me on it. They're not going to fucking sue some jackass in Florida. They're going to give me back my goddamn video, and everything will be all cool and nice again. The other question I've been getting is, where's the episode 29 review? Well, I got shit going on, and we're doing some restructuring, and I'll give you some more details on that in the very near future. Honestly, though, if you guys had just followed me on Twitter, you would know all that. But you guys don't follow me on Twitter, so you guys don't get the benefit of knowing all this information, and honestly, I'm just not going to comment back to you guys with the exact same answer explaining this to like 5 to 10 different people. Sorry. But fuck all that noise, you guys are here for a review, so let's go ahead and jump into the review. We're on episode 29, and it was okay. It was an alright episode. The basic framework for the episode was, you know, they set up the tournament and the rules. They set up the location for the tournament, which is this planet in between the two universes, kind of. So, I don't know, it's kind of weird. And then Bulma builds a Super Dragon radar to find the Super Dragon Balls. And overall, like I said, this episode is okay. The reason I say okay is that there's a lot of things in this episode that really fucking bugged me, and there wasn't really enough that I thought was like super cool and great. Now, the first thing that bothered me is, why is Bulma not knocked up? I mean, you know, where's Bra? Like, you know, she should be either born by now, or she should be at least knocked up. I mean, this has been like, what, 2 years now since Battle of Gods? And for anyone who wants to know, yeah, it really has been around 2 years, because, I mean, you know, Pan was born, and they used the Dragon Balls, and it's been a full year, and they were able to use the Dragon Balls again after all 3 wishes were made. So, yeah, it's been about a year. Probably a little more. And so, yeah, still no bra. Bulma doesn't look visibly pregnant. This is kind of bothersome. I have a really bad feeling they're just gonna kind of pretend that this is taking place in a way more condensed amount of time. And I think that's kind of silly and stupid. It's because clearly it's not. I mean, we just had the damn Dragon Balls show up, and they were used, and that means it's been a year since Frieza was resurrected, at very least. And then we go back, even, you know, before then, you know, Dragon Balls had been used. You know, we know, like, you know, we know that Pan was, you know, or Pan had been conceived, but, you know, Videl wasn't visibly pregnant. And, you know, she was definitely already born and a baby and being babysat in the Resurrection F arc when Frieza was resurrected. So, yeah, it's been roughly 2 years since the events of Battle of Gods. And like I said, Bulma's still not knocked up. This just kind of getting a little, you know, it's getting to the point where it's starting to piss me off. It really feels like they're not paying attention. Like, I feel like they're just gonna pretend like, oh yeah, this has all been like 6 months or some shit. And even though it clearly hasn't been 6 months. Another thing that kind of bothered me that wasn't really a big deal, but I guess it's still kind of worth noting, is Bulma saying that, like, oh yeah, I can totally make a Super Dragon Ball radar. That's totally cool. It's just like making a regular Dragon radar, but, you know, more sensitive. Okay, well, that's fine, but, like, in the Majin Buu arc, he says, oh, well, I just can't make a Dragon radar again. I mean, those parts, some of the parts are, like, really rare. You can't just, you know, find them and, reproduce them. So now they're just kind of backpedaling on that little plot point, that thing that was stated. So now I'm just kind of like, oh. But honestly, I'm not really going to hold that against Dragon Ball Super, because really that was a plot point in the Majin Buu arc that really didn't make sense. It was really just there as a stupid fucking story contrivance, just so they'd have a reason for Trunks to go get the Dragon Radar, for Goku to go fight Majin Buu with Super Saiyan 3. It was fucking dumb in that arc, and it's one of the many stupid fucking things that arc does, so I'm not even gonna hold that against Dragon Ball Super. You know what? Fuck it. Scratch that one from the list. Dragon Ball Super, you get a pass on that one, because that's really the Majin Buu's fuck up, or Majin Buu's arc's fuck up, not yours. You're totally cool on that point, at least. I'm gonna let that slide. Something I'm not gonna really let slide, though, is Shenlong. You know, they grab, like I said, they grab the Dragon Balls. They wish, like, tell us where the last Super Dragon Ball is. And Shenlong's like, fuck, man, I don't know. I'm a dragon. I don't know these things. I can't just find a Dragon Ball that's the size of a planet. The universe is fucking huge, man. Even though he had, like, no problem locating Planet Namek, or, where, Frieza was, and, like, and knowing exactly, like, who all Frieza's men had killed, and who Frieza had killed, even when it was fucking indirectly with, like, the Grand Elder, and you can make the argument, like, well, it's Planet Namek, of course he knows where Planet Namek is. It's like, okay, you know what, fine. He knows where Planet Namek is. Mr. Popo doesn't even fucking state Planet Namek. He just says, oh, well, it's on a faraway planet. It's like, what the fuck? But, he has that knowledge. Or you have the Namekian dragon, Palunga. They wish for Goku to come back, and he knows, one, that Goku's not dead, and he knows exactly where Goku is, and he's apparently able to fucking communicate with Goku, I guess, telepathically, even though Goku is, in the middle of fucking space on a random fucking planet. But, they can find Goku, but then they can't find a Dragon Ball. And you can make the argument, it's like, well, they're able to sense Goku's ki. Okay, fine. Say that they can sense Goku's ki, even though apparently Kaio couldn't sense Goku's ki, which didn't really make sense in that either, but whatever. Okay, saying he can sense ki. The Dragon Balls do emit energy signatures. Why can't he sense that like he could, say, like, ki? I mean, he fucking is born from the Dragon Balls. You're gonna tell me, he knows all about the Super Saiyan God legend. He knows, where, you can tell where how Goku is on a random fucking planet. He knows exactly all the people that were killed by Frieza's men, even when they were fucking killed indirectly. But he can't tell you where the last Super Dragon Ball is. Honestly, I really wish they hadn't brought this plot point up. Really, what would have been best if you just had them go, we'll use the Dragon Balls. Oh shit, they're not showing up on the radar. I guess, oh, that's right. Fuck, they used the Dragon Balls to wish Frieza back. It's been less than a year. And then, you wouldn't have as much of a problem with the, bra thing. Because then you could just pretend like, oh, it's been like 2 weeks since Frieza fucking was killed. So, whatever. So yeah, that whole Shenlong thing, really annoying. Didn't really care for it. I'm sure some people did. Whatever. Something I did kind of like, though, is I did like when they were setting up, the staging area for the tournament, and Vados is creating, like, the ring and, like, the concession stand, and, Champa's being a fat fuck. That was really entertaining. I really kind of like their little comedic banter that they have going on. That's really nice. And I also really liked Tights. I got to see Tights in this. We haven't actually seen Tights in the anime. I think it's really weird that she's, like, over 50 now, and she looks like fucking just super young. Like, she's got, like, the I'm a middle-aged, soccer mom, like, short haircut thing going on, which I guess is supposed to be, like, the signifier now for, like, being, like, a middle-aged woman in Dragon Ball. It's like, oh, well, she has short hair, that's how you know she's old. Not a single fucking wrinkle on her face. Then again, I guess, there's Bulma's mother who doesn't have wrinkles either, so I guess she comes from good stock. But, you think, because, Bulma was showing wrinkles at the, after the time jump in Dragon Ball Z, so you'd think, Tights would, be showing that as well, and they didn't. Also, it's really just weird, like, how they just kind of like, oh yeah, BT does, I have a sister. Oh yeah, she also knows Jocko, and she has all those connections with him. It's like, okay, you really should try to establish this. I mean, I know who Jocko is and his connection to Tights. I've read that manga. A lot of people haven't. Like, really, you guys need to do something, like a TV special, so people know who the fuck these two characters are in their relation. I mean, you can introduce Jocko, no context. You can introduce Tights, no context. You really do. But if you're going to start talking about, like, how they have, like, a backstory or imply that they have, like, history, you kind of need to explain that for people who haven't read this manga. It's just an idea. I don't know. Maybe you don't. Maybe you just don't even give a fuck. Maybe I'm the dumb one here. But that pretty much covers all the key points that I had to bring up. Like I said, it's an okay episode. It's not a great episode. It's not a terrible episode. It didn't give me fucking cancer. But, like I said, it also didn't really impress me. It was serviceable. It did its job. It is, setting up this new arc, and it's moving at a pretty brisk pace. At least until the next episode, which I've already watched, and trust me, the review for that is coming very, very soon.